Radio. Shakedown. Real Talk Radio. Shakedown Radio. Real Talk.
Keep it real. We keep it raw.
Shakedown.
And I got one of the best relationships doctor here. We're going to call him Dr. G. He's going to come on. Also, I got a co-host tonight. Her name is Katrina Diamond. She's going to be here helping you guys answer some questions. If you got questions, go ahead and post them up there live. Don't forget about Wednesdays. We call it Gas Up Wednesdays, where we're going to be giving out prizes, money, books. Don't forget about the last conversations we had yesterday with the author, Shamaria L. Her Coming Vegan, 35 Days, 35 Ways. Keep purchasing that book. Support her. We must support each other in our community and beyond. So I want to thank Heather for joining the board. This is the Shakedown Radio. We're going to get started. Dr. D, are you there?
I'm down.
He down. And then Diamond, are you in?
I'm here.
All right, we got Dr. D. Dr. D, so give me a little background about this doctor therapy, how you get involved in it, how you got started in it, what made you a little expert or a big expert in it.
Sure. So for everybody who don't know me, my name is Dr. G. Davis, the Relationship Beast, out of Orlando, Florida. Amazing practice there where we are transforming lives and taking people who suffer from heartbreak, taking them from heartbreak to breakthrough. And we're doing it with practical principles as it relates to relationships, dating, and falling in love. And so I got into this because I went through a crazy divorce of 14 years, and I had no idea years later that I would be here and working in this profession. But I found myself in a situation to where I just needed answers. And so, long story short, I was married for 14 years, and in those 14 years, I got married young, got married at the age of 19, had no business being married, but I was in the church, and of course, those who are in the church know what I'm getting ready to say. I got this pregnant, and, the rest was history. So they kind of made us get married, and so because of that, we went and got married at a young age, and we lasted for about 14 years until I moved to Orlando, and pretty much all hell broke loose once I moved to Orlando. Long story short, she ended up sleeping with 4 guys in our pastor's inner circle, and it devastated me.
I can imagine. I literally can imagine the devastation on that, finding your...
Oh, my God. It was terrible. It was terrible. At the same time, my son was getting older, and he was asking questions, and needless to say that the relationship had to come to an end.
Right.
She just would not stop and just was wilding out. So, again, I was looking for answers and was trying to vent, and the only thing I kept hearing was from my pastor that everything was going to be all right, God's going to fix it, just go home and pray about it. And it seemed like the more I prayed about it, the more I thought about it, it got worse and worse and worse. So I started educating myself, and the rest is history.
Right. I from that experience, that does make you a little bit expert on relationships. And I think that makes a lot of other people experience in relationships. But most people get lost not understanding the cycle. Now, this is my theory about it. I'm not a doctor. I'm just talking. Most people get stuck in the cycle of choosing the same individuals over and over and then complain about it because they don't take the time out to focus on themselves and their true self-worth and what they want. Do you think that's true or not, Dr. D?
Absolutely. The problem is that we have a lot of people who just rush from relationship to relationship and never better themselves. And so one of the things that I have to keep telling people all over the country is that, insanity is defined as doing the same things over and over again and then expecting a different result. You got to look at your last situation, figure out what went wrong and how can we change that. But oftentimes, we just run from one relationship to one relationship. I'm even guilty of that. But it's when you do your homework, you realize that, listen, I need to love who I am as a person.
Right.
And once you do that, I think that's the link. That's the missing element.
I think that's the number one key is loving yourself. But a lot of people get lost and don't know where to start to even find themselves. Is that when you recommend that seek therapy or some kind of counseling on finding themselves or find out the root of why they can't love or find love or
Absolutely. And one of the things that I'm often telling clients is that we've got to go back to the beginning, and most of that has to do with our childhood. Most of us, the way we look at relationships, even marriage, is rooted deeply in how we were raised. Mom and daddy's relationship pretty much cultivated how we look at relationships and even how we love. One of the things I always tell women is that 97% of all women will marry their father. And so in some type of capacity, either that could be good or that could be bad. But you're looking for someone who resembles your father. And so, unfortunately, though, the 99% of all men will marry their mothers. And so that movie Baby Boy is real. And so, there's men all over the country who are looking for that woman who's going to take care of them and wash clothes for them and cook for them. And but it all goes back to self-love, and it all goes back to the beginning, how we were raised. Some of the stuff was just, mistaught, and we picked it up and we just carried it into our adulthood.
See, that surprises me in a way that people want to marry people like their mother or like their father if their father was alcoholic or abusive, and vice versa with mothers. Me personally, I wouldn't try to want to marry somebody like my mother because a Hot Wheel track, man, let me tell you, don't feel good on your back. Boy, let me tell you, I don't want to marry a woman like that. But I think the number one thing is a lot of relationships, I'm going to say bad relationships, has a lot to do with, church. Like they let the church get involved and say, you meet somebody, oh, you need to go ahead and marry him. Y'all been together. You can't be messing around like that. So people, feel that the church is forcing them to marry somebody that they truly don't know.
My question is, how do you attract the wrong person? You
right.
And you tend to continue to attract the same character person. How is that? Is it? I mean, and I'm gonna speak for myself. It's like I continue to attract the wrong person.
Sure. So, quick story. I'm gonna take your mind back for a little bit. So, remember back in the day,
right?
When we heard about slavery,
right?
One of the things that used to happen when slaves, and I want you to follow me closely, when slaves used to try to break free from the master's house,
right?
There was always an issue. Some of them would get free, some of them would get caught every time they would try to escape. Those who got caught realized we got to figure out something because this ain't gonna work. One of the things that they figured out is if we jump in a puddle of water, it would throw off the scent of the dog. And so these dogs will automatically find and locate these slaves because of the scent. The reason why that you probably are finding yourself in a situation where you'll keep attracting dogs and people who are not for you because you still have the scent of a past relationship over.
Whoa, that was deep, doctor. Whoa.
You may even have the scent or the residue of a previous soul tie.
Uh-huh.
And so the reason why you keep attracting dogs is because that scent is still on you. And it's just like if you were in a room full of men just know what woman in that room is desperate, lonely, need attention.
I agree to that.
Just like a mother.
I agree to that.
It's like a mother who has a innate ability. Your child could be in the middle of a room full of other children, and you automatically know, listen, that's the voice of my child. Something is not right. You have this innate ability, And it's the same thing as men that we have as it relates to relationships. But there could be a strong residue that is still attracting these dogs,
right,
that you don't want. Because one of the things I also tell people is that you are what you attract.
I believe that.
I hear it all the time, and I hear it all the time. Dr. Z, you wrong. I say, but you are what you. I'm not no dog. Ain't no cheater. I don't do this. But I tell them you are exactly what you attract.
Exactly.
And the reason is because you may not be a dog. You may not be a cheater. You may not be a liar. But you slept with one.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I agree to that.
Down with one. So
I want everybody who just now tuned in, thank you for tuning in to the Shakedown Showcase Radio Live. We have famous, to me he's famous now. I'm going to call him famous Dr. D. You can reach out to him if you go on to Facebook. I did post his information. We're talking with Dr. D about relationship therapy. And he's just giving you a little taste of the insight, what relationships about, how they fail, how we can rebuild, and so forth. And he just was talking about, the scent that we have from previous relationship. That's why I'm finna take a bath in some Epsom salt water and some bleach, get off that sink. But also we got a co-host, that's Katrina Diamond here. Feel free, anybody that has questions out there, feel free to ask the questions. Post them up. We'll read them out to him and be glad to answer those questions for you. Dr. D, you got some people in relationships, and I want you to help me with this. And this, we're going to talk about men right now that say that they love one woman, turn around and love another woman, and truly believe that he loves both of these women. Truly believe that he loves both of these women and will go backwards and forward with both of these women and truly believe. I think somewhere in that has to deal with either some alpha male syndrome, or is that based on some of the history you saying in the past, or some of the history way, way back where you could marry 15 wives and be the king on top of the hill?
Right. Yeah. That's an issue. That's an issue where I would venture to say that it probably stemmed from his past. His daddy might have been a womanizer. Uncle might have been a womanizer. He picked that spirit up from someone. Because nobody just gets up and say, listen, I want about 8 different women. I want about 10 different men. No one gets up and just say that, right? And live that lifestyle. That's displayed before them at some point in their life, and they'll pick it up and they'll run with it. That's an issue. More importantly, it also talks about the lack of self-esteem.
Right.
The lack of self-respect is a bigger issue. And what are you compensating for? The reason why you need so many women around you. Because I don't know, you've been married one time, you understand that one woman is enough. Listen, this ain't the Bible days. You can't have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different women. You can't do it.
But Dr. D, I have someone on here, and Teddy. He says it's absolutely possible to love more than one person.
Okay.
Absolutely possible to love more than one person.
I
agree to that as well.
But it's not possible for you to be in love with more than one person.
Okay, I agree with that as well. I agree with that one. Eventually, you got to fall out of love of one of them to be in love with another one. Is that right, Dr. D? I'm just talking here. I'm not the expert.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times we get love mixed up with lust, beauty, you name it. And then once we realize that the beauty is missing the mind, or the mind is missing something else that you want, we get trapped up in that situation to where we'll fall out of love and then say, well, I love this one a little bit more than the other one.
Sure. Or we fall in love with what people do for us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have plenty of sugar mamas coming up. I fell